Invite your friends to Rewire, and you'll get £30 for each friend that joins, and your friend will get 2 free transfers.
Let's get started. On your homepage in the app, click Invite a Friend. Now you can copy the link and share it however you like, or you can click on Viber to share it through Viber, Facebook, email, and of course WhatsApp. We're going to click on WhatsApp today. Find your contact, your friend that you would like to invite and share the link with. Click Send. Now when they click on the link, it will direct them to Rewire's website or app. And they will see that they've been gifted a coupon from their friend. Then they just have to click Go to sign up and they have to start the process.
Once your friend has transferred at least £90, you'll get £30 back into your Rewire account.
Good evening, everyone. This is Mariel from Rewire. Kamusta mga kababayan? And I am back again, gracing you tonight with a very special guest. Very special because she could relate to a lot of migrants like you who are based in Europe and who are also based in the UK. What's so special about our guest tonight is she is an international singer, a Filipino singer, and she had been in one of the 3 or 4 international plays. So before that, I'm gonna you could comment later if you have questions to our very special guest. You may send her a question, but let me show you first an introduction of who I am going to interview for tonight.
Sa mga singers. Maraming singers dito sa Pilipinas. Sino sa tingin mo ang maaaring maging hit sa Miss Saigon sa, ano daw? Pabibilibin din ang buong mundo gaya mo. Napabibilibin din ang buong mundo.
Please let Rachelle Ann Go.
Si Rachelle Ann na tinitingnan ng creative team na pwedeng maging Kim, natutuwa sa layo ng kanyang ratings.
Ayan, na-excite na kayo, di ba? Anyways, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you a very special Filipina singer who had been very humble. Sobrang humble niya na I really felt that it's like parang hindi siya nasa pedestal. It's all common. But anyways, I'd like to introduce to you a very special singer, a Filipina who migrated to UK and who would love to share her fair share of struggles while migrating into UK. And yes, let us all welcome Miss Rachelle Ann Go.
Hi, everyone! Kamusta? Hello, Mariel. Ate Mariel?
Yes. Pwede naman, hindi, pwede, sige, ate.
Hello sa mga kababayan natin na nanonood ngayon. Ang dami ngayon sa taga-London, Israel, sa lahat,
Yes.
sa taga-Europe. Ayan.
Yes. Rachel, maraming salamat, and I'd like to thank you for gracing us and telling your story to our fellow Filipino migrants, because I think you are like I said, you're the right person to para makarelate yung mga kababayan natin who are working here in Europe, working here in the UK where you're based, and I think all over the world. Kasi kumbaga parang there's a common ground, there's a common experience we are all experiencing as a migrant, and I think you're the best person that the Filipinos could relate kasi nangyari sa'yo.
Oo.
And I mean, it's nangyari siya sa'yo, it happened to you, but look, sa Pilipinas, you are kilalang-kilala ka, you have your own comfort zone there, and then you went to an unknown world outside your comfort zone, and then you were able to experience what our kababayans abroad have been experiencing.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm going to ask you some questions on your journey being a migrant, a Filipino migrant. Kasi syempre,
Beauty queen questions po ba ito?
hindi masyado, hindi naman. but you are a beauty in itself, beauty outside and inside. I know that. So yes. The first 3 or the first 2 years in London would be very difficult. Before you left for the UK, what were your worries leaving the Philippines, especially unang-una sa pamilya mo? Kasi we're very family-oriented. What are your worries before leaving the Philippines?
Well, when I got the offer from the London company of Miss Saigon, hindi ko alam kung pupunta ba talaga ako. Should I go to London by myself? Iiwan ko ang family ko. Inisip ko talaga, mamimiss ko family ko. Like, I was living with my whole family. Isa lang yung bahay namin. So, paano na yan? Wala yung mama ko sa tabi ko. So, ang dami ko talagang iniisip. Ang dami kong mamimiss, unang-una family. The people, my friends, the food, the weather, yung trabaho ko. Kumbaga, like what you said, yung comfort zone, nandun talaga lahat, diba, sa Pilipinas. And siguro yung number 1 sa akin, yung priority ko na talaga, yung family ko. Na hindi ko ma-imagine na malalayo ako sa pamilya ko. Yun.
Okay. Antig ako as in first question pa lang antig na ako. Kasi when you talk about family, this is something because we are sobrang family is a family. Yes. So yung I know that you're the eldest person. What are your worries for your younger siblings, and what are your worries for your mom and for your dad? That now, I mean, looking back 2014 when you're leaving for London.
Yung parents ko kasi they're very caring, my whole family. So ang ayoko yung nag-aalala sila sa akin. Okay. So actually, to be honest, si Papa talaga sinasabi sa akin ng tatay ko bago ko in-accept yung offer nung trabaho ko before, sabi niya, baka naman you can say no sa offer. Si mama talaga, yung nanay ko parang, she was like, oh, sige, kung, di ba, decision mo yan, kung gusto mo. Si Papa, syempre, iniisip niya, naku, mahirap. Walang magluluto sa'yo doon. Paano yung sasakyan mo? Anong sasakyan mo? Paano pag nagkasakit kayo iniisip talaga ni Papa? Sabi niya, baka pwedeng dito ka na lang mas madali ang buhay pag nasa Pilipinas ka. So, talagang torn ako, ano ba, pupunta ba ako? Iiwan ko ang pamilya ko, pero mahirap ang buhay sa London. So, talagang pinag-pray ko talaga yung nung mga time na yun. Parang ilang weeks ako talagang, iniiyak ko lang talaga, Lord, ano ba? Ano po ba talaga ang calling ko? Pupunta ba ako sa UK, ano, para tanggapin itong trabaho na to, or should I stay here in the Philippines? So, it took me a while. Talagang prayers lang talaga. And, syempre, iniisip ko rin na, naku, yung mga kapatid ko talaga sobrang miss ko, feeling ko. Nung time na yun, kasi ang alam ko, 1 year lang yung contract ko eh. So,
Okay.
hindi ko naman naisip na ang dami kong mamimiss sa buhay ng mga kapatid ko. Yung isip ko 1 year, maho-homesick ako nito. Yun lang yun. Pero hanggang ngayon, parang 2014, that was 6 years ago.
Yes.
Up to now, I am still here. Ang dami kong na-miss sa pamilya ko, diba? So yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
You told, I mean, you mentioned yung missing. My second question is, I'm sure yung worries mo sa pamilya mo. I'm gonna go in one question wherein, did you have a fear of missing out? Kasi you'll be alone in London, you'll be leaving your family, yung friends mo, lahat. Did you have that kind of fear of missing out? Kasi mamimiss mo lahat ng events eh, dahil wala ka.
Lahat ng mga special occasions, diba?
True.
Naramdaman ko yun. At meron din nagsabi sa akin, ako, ang tagal mo mawawala, makakalimutan ka dito. Parang pinag-pray ko po talaga yun, na parang, what is my purpose talaga? Alam ko madami ako mamimiss, Christmas, birthday, dahil during Christmas season, meron trabaho, meron kaming show dito, may schedule kami, so I cannot go home. So I know talaga, when I accepted the job here, alam ko marami ako mamimiss. Ang tanong ko sa sarili ko nun, am I ready? Kaya ko ba tong harapin mag-isa? And it was a tough decision na I woke up one morning and I was praying, and then I just, realized na kahit saan ako magpunta, yes, Philippines will always be home. Pero kapag dinala tayo ng Panginoon sa ibang lugar, sa ibang bansa, kapag nandun si Lord katabi natin, that can be our home. Kahit nasaan tayo. So, nung time na yun yung pinanghahawakan ko. Sabi ko, naku, mahirap ang buhay. Mahihirapan ako nito. Pero, sige na, bahala na si Lord. Talagang, all I can do is to just trust in Him. And, talagang, kailangan ko talaga ng challenge sa life ko nung mga panahon na yun that siguro mga 2010, nagpe-pray kasi ako, I want a new challenge, new, hindi ko naman alam na dito pala ako dadalhin ni Lord. New challenge talaga ang binigay sa akin, But, yeah, I think I was preparing myself at that time na mahirap ang buhay, hindi madali.
Yeah. Ayun naman pala, pinagdasal mo naman pala. Alam mo naman si Lord, sobrang pag nanghingi ka ng isang, yung kumbaga, I mean, ito lang naman hiningi mo konti lang, parang 25% lang. Tapos si Lord, 125%. So ayan, tuloy binigay ka, UK, Miss Saigon, Les Miserables, Hamilton, parang ang daming nangyari.
Wait lang. Kaya sabi na, be careful what you pray for. Kasi you never know kung anong plano na ibibigay sa'yo diba? But I'm glad I took the job here, yung una kong trabaho, yung Miss Saigon nga. And ang dami kong natutunan kahit mahirap.
True. Yes. Second or third question. When you arrive in London, syempre the first 3 months ikaw lang, or andun yung transition na ikaw lang muna. Did you ever felt unaccepted, or did you ever felt na parang feeling mo, I'm not fitting in dito sa society na to because I'm different?
Oo. First, nahirapan talaga ako first 2 years. Nung lumipat ako sa London, that was March 2014, medyo malamig pa, wala akong kaibigan, wala akong mga, 'di ba? Walang community, wala akong kakilala. Ang cellphone ko wala yung SIM card ko noon. Kumuha ko ng local SIM card. Hirap na hirap ako walang wifi. So ang hirap mag-adjust. Sabi ko, ano ba ito? Paano ba magkumuha ng bagong phone? So, wala akong matanungan. So, it was really tough. Pagpasok ko naman sa trabaho, what was amazing is kasama ko karamihan Pinoy dun sa trabaho. So, pero kasi pagdating dun, syempre mahiyain. Ako, very ako kadalasan introvert ako. So, tahimik lang talaga ako. Minsan nasa isang corner lang ako, ganyan. Nag-aaral ng, I'm studying my lines, my songs. So, ganun ang naging buhay ko. Rehearsals, and then go home para magpahinga. At mag-aral na naman ng panibagong scene for the next rehearsals. So, nahirapan akong mag-adjust nun dahil wala akong friends outside work as well. And yun, mahirap talaga dahil the culture is different as well. The people here, yung una sabi ko, parang ayaw nila ako. Parang
Ganda mo yan.
hindi ayaw nila ako usapin. Bakit ganun? Pero it took me a while to get to know their culture, their personalities, their character. Ang mga British talaga, they're very reserved and 'di ba? Talagang conservative, and hindi sila yung talagang what's the term, like super friendly. They're just really reserved, and that's who they are. So I thought, ayaw nila akong kausapin. Pero it's just the culture, and then when you get to know them, they're really nice, they're lovely. But again, the first year or 2 years, I struggled a lot because feeling ko, ayaw nila ako. So I felt like, because I felt na ayaw nila ako, the more I isolated myself, the more I feel like ayoko na munang makipag-friends, yung gano'n. So talagang mag-isa lang ako, walang masyadong friends.
Okay, I mean, talking about isolation, there are a lot of migrants who could relate on that because when they, pag nagsettle sila sa panibagong or sa banyagang, ano ba yan, yung Tagalog ko tsaka yung English ko, pati German ko, salo-salo na. But pag nasa isang banyagang bansa sila, they, like you, wala kang kaibigan, wala kang kamag-anak, or probably yung kamag-anak nasa malayong lugar na you cannot call them. Iba yung time zone sa Pilipinas, tulog na sila, gising ka pa. How were you able to, get out of the box of isolating yourself? Kasi, syempre, alam mo namang, hi, I'm Rachelle. Pwede ba maging kaibigan kita? Hindi naman ganun kadali. How were you able to, have that kind of transition na, Rachel, you could do this. Rachel, you don't want to be isolated. You have to go out. So yes.
It's so important to find your group, your community. I think I started going to church here, and then I found people who I can trust, really nice people. And that's how it started, ito yung mga tao talagang pinalibutan ako at parang second family na rin. Dahil, diba, wala yung pamilya natin. Ito talaga yung nagtrato na parang meron ako nakilala noon, binibigyan ako pagkain, nilulutuan ako, talagang nanay, diba? So, really, find those people na talagang tutulungan ka at parang pamilya at mapagkakatiwalaan. Importante yon. And dahil ko pinagdaanan sa first 2 years, talagang na-depress ako, yung hindi ako nakakatulog. Syempre, hindi ko alam yung feeling ng depression ng mga time na yon. I just realized that after na hindi ako nakatulog, hindi ako nakakakain, akala ko pagod lang ako, pero yung pala, depressed na ako. Homesick na pala ako. Kasi syempre, yung 2014, hindi ko alam kung hindi pa masyado uso ang mga video call. Yes. Diba? Kasi ngayon, everyday na kami magkausap ng family ko eh. Video call all day. Pero before ng mga time na yun, parang hindi pa siya masyado uso. Chat groups pa lang. So, nahirap talaga. Nahirapan ako. And I didn't want to show my family na nahihirapan ako. So, parang, pag nangangamusta, parang, everything is fine, okay lang. Pero sa gabi, pag nakita ko yung mga pictures, I missed them. So, iiyak na lang ako na parang, kaya minsan iniiwasan ko talaga na to go through my phone, ang mga photos, iniiwasan ko kasi once na makita ko family ko, ang na iiyak ako, sensitive ako pag So, it took me a while talagang ang haba ng ko. Na-feel ko yung homesickness talaga.
Yes. I mean, I guess it's part of the coping mechanism ng isang tao or
Yes.
a migrant na when I realized I had the same thinking na hindi naman ayaw mo naman i-cut yung communication sa Pilipinas, but it's like you know what, nadidepress lang yata ako pag tumitingin ako sa pictures nyo kasi ang sasaya nyo. Tapos ikaw, mag-isa ka dito. So, mga kababayan, I mean, it's rehearing Rachel's story. It's just that hindi lang kayo nag-iisa. I mean, she also felt isolated. She also felt that kind of homesickness. So, hindi ka nag-iisa, kababayan. So, continue na pakinggan si Rachel, ha? Anyways, another question. What trait or what is anything, do you have anything about UK that shocked you the most about their culture? You told a while ago, masyado silang reserved. Ano yung kultura nila na you really find hard adjusting? Or yung fast pace?
Ay, nako, may kwento ako. Okay, so, syempre yung rehearsals namin, syempre on time. On point lahat ng tao. When they say 10 a.m., they start at exactly 10 a.m. Sa Pilipinas, kasi medyo, relax tayo. Nasanay ako na kapag 10 a.m. sometimes you start, Filipino time. Medyo late na nagsa-start. So, anyway, minsan pag sinabing 10 a.m., darating ako, 10 a.m., eksaktong 10 a.m. Siyempre, doon pala ako mag-prepare. And what surprised me is their professionalism that they're here 30 minutes before the call time. Ganun sila kaaga. Yung maaga, sabi ko, which was, it was great because I was able to learn. Kailangan palaging maaga dito. Hindi pwede yung 10 a.m. call time. yung sobrang sakto talaga. So, I think, yung umpisa, nahihirapan ako mag-adjust kasi hindi ako sanay sa ganun na kailangan maaga. But that's a good thing, that's a good thing. What I love is their work and life balance as well. Akalain mo na, okay, very strict dito, diba, na very on time sa lahat. But they know how to balance their, life, work and life as well na we get how many weeks of vacation, holiday, diba? Parang 30 days, diba? For 4 weeks. So, which is amazing. If I compare it sa States nung nagtrabaho ko, kumbaga maikli lang yung bakasyon namin sa States. Pero dito sabi ko, ay nakakatawa that they know how to do that. They can chill, they're very relaxed. So, yun, na-enjoy ko yun. And, but other than that, yung mga traits na nahirapan ako, parang, siguro yung gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, the character lang na medyo they're very quiet and they're very reserved. Doon lang medyo nahirapan ako mag-adjust doon. That I thought like they don't know me or they don't like me, but it's just their culture.
Okay. How about transportation? I mean, sa Pilipinas, you were nasanay ka that you have a driver or si papa mo, ida-drive ka sa mga sa appointments mo, sa concerts and whatever. I'm sure in London it's quite different. How were you able to cope and adjust? Kasi parang this time, oh my gosh, hindi ka naman pwedeng everyday magta-taxi. Hindi ka naman pwedeng everyday na mag-Uber dati, Or how was it for you? Like on your own and then hustling yung transportation ng London?
Naku, nahirapan ako. Ilang beses ako naligaw. Hilong-hilo ako sa tube station, dati tawag ko train. Sa tube station, ang dami kasing lights, different colors. May yellow, may green, may blue. Sabi ko, saan ba ako pupunta? So wala ako syempreng, kumbaga, tumutulong sa akin to help me out kung paano. Wala nag-guide talaga sa akin. So I had to figure it out by myself. So yun, ilang beses naligaw. At sanayan na lang, you know. It was really tough, especially kapag after the show, pagkatas ng trabaho, gabi na 10 or let's say almost 11 p.m. paglabas ng theater, tapos uuwi ako ng ganong ka-late, tapos kailangan ko mag-commute, tapos pagod na pagod, minsan nakakatulog ako sa train or sa tube. So nahirapan talaga akong mag-adjust hanggang sa nasanay na lang din ako at yung katawan ko.
Okay, nakakatawa kasi it's funny to hear that nakakatulog ka na sa tube because after the rehearsal. Kasi I'm sure a lot of migrants could relate na pagkatapos sila magtrabaho, lalo na yung mga kababayan natin sa Israel, Italy, lagare. After the work, tapos 4 o'clock, meron na ulit second job. Tapos alas 10 tapos. So talagang, yung ngarag na ngarag. Lagaring ang dating.
I can relate.
Nice. Yung nabanggit mo, very reserved ang mga tao sa UK. After yung na-breakthrough mo yung pagiging reserved nila, what are the traits that you liked about them? Kasi syempre, una reserved, and then afterwards, na-realize mo, ay ganito pala sila. Ano yung mga traits na you like about them?
They're so warm. They're so lovely and friendly pala. Alam mo yung parang, di pala sila open sa umpisa, but once you get to know them, they're very open and warm, and they're very helpful. Alam mo yung tinutulungan ka sa buhay, yung talagang magiging kaibigan mo sila once you get to know them. So, kaya marami ako naging kaibigan na din sa trabaho ko after na umalis ako sa aking sariling mundo.
Yes.
Lagi ko ina-isolate yung sarili ko. So once I get to see the world, parang, ay, mabait sila. I love it. So, kaibigan.
Was that after the 2-year period or within the 2-year period? I'm just curious.
After na to. Yung 2 years talaga, I think what happened was, so I did the Miss Saigon show for 1 year, and then I did another one, yung Les Miserables, for I think 7 months muna yon. Tapos dinala nila ako sa Philippines para gawin yung Les Mis. I think that was my break. Yung break na to see the family. Okay. I think that recharged me a lot. I think I was in the Philippines for 3 months yun. Siyempre kasi andun ako nakatuloy sa pamilya ko. Tapos I did the show for 3 months. Tapos bumalik ako dito. I felt like a different person. And some of the people, like most of the girls from Les Mis cast, na naging ka-close ko na towards the end, sabi nila na nagbago daw ako. Parang you seem different. Even the way I perform, the way I speak to people, mas naging open ako at siguro nawala yung depression nga dahil nga nakita ko na yung family ko sa wakas. Kumbaga, I was able to spend time with them ng 3 months din. At ayan, ang daming nagbago. At saka mas tumibay din yung faith ko nung mga panahon na yung kay Lord. mas lumakas yung kapit ko eh. Yeah.
Nice kasi it shows that even yung unang-una mong decision or yung factor na nag-decide ka to go to London na alam mong gagabayan ka ni Lord, hahawakan ka ni Lord wherever you are, andun pa rin at the stage na nandun ka right na or yung time na realize mo yun.
Oo. And nakakatawa kasi parang all this time si Lord nakakapit lang sa akin eh. Kumbaga ako lang naman yung parang bumibitaw at nag-chill. Diba? Kumbaga, andyan lang talaga si Lord. He will never leave us. So, which is amazing.
your faith had been your anchor during your journey sa yung UK theaters and your work here in Europe. Um, which is I think for a Filipino, yun naman din talaga yung anchor natin, yun naman din yung strength natin. Which is nice to hear kasi uh, even if you have that kind of fame in the Philippines, hindi ka nakakalimot sa Panginoon. So it's really nice to know na parang ayan, sabi mga kababayan, I mean, wag natin kakalimutan si Lord kasi siya naman talaga yung unang-unang nag-provide for us ng lahat ng blessings.
Definitely.
Rachel, magpo-pause lang muna tayo. Alam kong may needs ka rin. Alam ko may needs ka. Magpo-pause lang tayo like for 2 minutes tapos we'll be back again for another yung continuation ng ating interview. Okay? So mga kababayan, babalik ulit si Rachel. She just needs a little bit few fresh air. Kailangan natin uminom. Tapos we'll be back in 2 minutes.
See you.
In the 5 minutes, I sit down at my home, transfer money to Nigeria, and you don't need stress. You sit at home, comfortably, relax, and send money. You don't need any stress.
You can also request for a debit card. You can get it for free, and there's no yearly or monthly charge at all. The benefits having high rates at low charge and easy to access.
If I have to rate the service of Rewire, I will give them 10 because the service is something else. In the 5 minutes, I sit down at my home, transfer money to Nigeria, and you don't need stress. You sit at home, comfortably, relax, and send money. You don't need any stress.
You can also request for a debit card. You can get it for free, and there's no yearly or monthly charge at all. The benefits having high rates at low charge and easy to access.
If I have to rate the service of Rewire, I will give them 10 because the service is something else.
Ayan, we're back. Sa mga nagpa-follow kay Rachel, kailangan din natin ng pause paminsan-minsan. So if you have questions, feel free to ask her. We could also put your comments sa ating box. So if you have questions for Rachel about migration, about her life, about her transition and her integration in UK as a migrant, let us know. So okay. Then let's put her again. Ayan, yeah. Nakapag-start ka na ba? Joke lang. Anyways, Rachel, I have another question. Ano yung na-realize mo? What are your realizations being in abroad? Like you said, syempre sa Pilipinas, we were sort of spoon-fed. You have personal assistants, meron kang booking officer, meron kang booking managers to settle all yung affairs mo. And in UK, what were your realizations now that or when you were alone?
Mhm. Realization ko, na kaya pala natin. Kaya natin mag-isa, kaya natin gawin lahat. At first, syempre, parang it's scary to think about it na, it's, it's a different country. Iba na you're outside your home, your comfort zone. So, mahirap. But kapag nandito ka sa sitwasyon na to, we don't have any choice but to stand by yourself, to fight for yourself, to live, alone and do everything by yourself, basically. So yun yung maganda dito kasi wala kang choice. Parang kailangan mong gawin lahat. So, kaya natin, especially mga Pinoy. And I am always proud to be Pinoy kasi I always tell my husband this na ang Pinoy talaga, yung spirit of joy nandoon, na kahit nahihirapan tayo, we can always smile. Lagi tayo, di ba? Parang tatawa lang tayo kahit napakalalim na ng pinagdadaanan natin sa life, kahit na-depressed tayo. So, I think that's the greatest, kumbaga, greatest character din ng mga Pinoy, di ba? We can just handle everything gracefully, di ba?
I have there's one question here. Hi, Miss Rachel. What have been your challenges as a migrant, and how have you overcome those? And say that it is God's plan for you. Lalim naman nun, Jonathan.
Oo. Marami talaga yung challenges nga talaga yung just being by yourself, not having your family and your friends around you. I think work-wise, swerte ako sa company ko because, they help me out with everything, yung paperworks and all that. Hinanapan nila ako ng matutuluyan ng accommodation, so which is great. So, the hardest part is, again, being away from your loved ones and yung mga hindi ko natitikman ng luto ng nanay ko. Yan lang, simple bagay. At especially when you are ill, when you're sick. Sino mag-aalaga sa'yo? Walang bibili ng gamot. Paano to? So, ang nahirapan talaga ako. Maraming gabi na talagang umiiyak na lang ako. Iiyak ko na lang. And, ang maganda ron, again, God is always with us. And every time we're weak, actually, that's the best season of our lives that we have to embrace. Kapag hinang-hina ka na, yung wala ka na talaga makapitan, si Lord, mas na ma-magnify yung goodness, yung faithfulness ni Lord sa buhay natin. His strength. Diba? Mas na ma-magnify yun na parang, Lord, I'm so weak. I can't do this by myself. I need you in my life. So, for me, that was my kumbaga, my vitamins. Yung aking vitamins talaga, to just, yung fuel ko, it kept me going, and it still, keeps me going up to this day. That, he is, he's powerful. Like, whatever we feel, when we feel, low and sad, and all that, negative, emotions, meron tayong makakapitan. So,
true. May tanong ako. I mean, you mentioned weakness. Would you consider that as a weakness, asking help? Because when you are alone in UK, syempre, parang ma-pride. Hindi naman yung pride. Yung pride na parang, hindi, kaya ko to, I have to prove my parents, I have to show my siblings na kaya ko to. Pero there are times that it's like, it's not a weakness to ask for help. Sino, or you mentioned about the community. Who were the first person to help you, or who were the first person, so either sa work or sa community, na humingi ka ng tulong, na sinabi mo, okay, I need help now?
Yeah. I met a group of people actually in New York when I was in New York. I was there for 7 or 8 months. Maikli lang yung aking stint dun sa Broadway nung ginawa ko yung Miss Saigon. And then, I knew right away, I said, Lord, I'm tired of being in this situation, of putting myself in this situation. Because I feel like ako lang naman yung dahilan kung bakit ako nandun sa, and I was really isolating myself. So I said, it's time for me to step up. It's time for me to find people to, help me out. So I found these people. I met them in New York sa church namin doon. And I just told them what I was going through, and they really helped me a lot. And I was really open. Kunento ko sa kanila ang, lahat ng detalye ng ng aking pinagdadaanan. So it's again what you said. At first, I was really prideful. Nang first 2 years ko dito, ayoko talagang i-share. Like I was so scared to talk to people, to trust people, and to meet new friends. Kasi hindi ko alam ang buhay dito. I was still adjusting. Tapos, namimiss ko yung family ko. Kumbaga, halo-halo na ang emosyon na nararamdaman ko. And then, at that point, nung nasa New York ako, I felt like, you know what? I'm gonna start living, maghahanap ako ng mga taong talagang magiging kaibigan ko at mapagkakatiwalaan ko. And it felt good to be able to share kung ano yung nararamdaman natin at pinagdadaanan natin. Dahil masusurprise ka, maraming makaka-relate sa'yo. Diba? Feeling ko kasi noon, ako lang to. Diba? Parang ang drama ng buhay ko. Pero hindi, maraming Pinoy. Kasi nung una pagpunta ko dito, walang Pinoy. Wala akong nakikitang Pinoy. Napakadaming Pinoy pala, especially sa Earl's Court. Puro Pinoy. So, eventually, ang dami ko na-meet na Pinoy. Ang dami mga nurses din, mga kaibigan ko ngayon. So yun, nakakatawa.
Nice. With regards to French or friendship, of course, we have set of friends in the Philippines. Was it hard for you to open or give a chance to new people, and yourself also giving a chance of knowing them, and also the feeling na, oh my gosh, binibetray ko ba yung mga friends ko sa Pilipinas because I'm opening myself, or I'm giving a chance to myself and to new people to know me? Was it hard for you, or ano yung thoughts mo on that? Kasi I'm sure giving yourself a chance and giving other people the chance to know more, to know you, it's quite hard, especially at an age wherein you have your sets of friends in the Philippines.
Definitely. Yung gaya ng sabi ko kanya ay kadalasan talaga introvert ako. So, nahirap ako mag-approach ng mga bagong, new friends. So, I would really just stay in one corner at mag-moment na lang ako doon. But it was really tough. And it's hard then to communicate to my friends in the Philippines na, syempre, you can, there's chat groups, but because of the time difference, it's hard to constantly communicate with people. I felt like at that time, ayokong istorbohin ng mga kaibigan ko. Guys, nahirapan ako dito. So I felt like, after 2 years, I was like, I need to break free from this. Like, I need to find new friends. And again, I kept asking myself, what's my purpose? I'm here in London. I'm here in the UK. God put me here to find people and to be able to share my life with other people and to learn from other people as well. So, yun, siguro yung first 2 years ko talagang sabi ko, pagod na ako mag-isa. Pagod na ako. So, I'm grateful na kumbaga nalagpasan ko yung season na yun, and ang dami kong na-meet na tao, ang dami kong kumbaga narinig na stories at natulungan din ako with their stories, and I was able to share my stories with them as well.
Nice. Another question, Rachel or Shin. How did UK change you? did UK change you to a much more better shin, or like the best shin that you could be to your friends, to your family, to your relatives? Because I'm sure a lot of migrants could relate. Either living abroad could make or break them. Either they become a better person when they go back home, or it's the other way around. So for you, how did UK, how did living abroad change you for for the better?
I, I believe I'm stronger now. 6 years, 6 years na ako dito sa London, and I felt like, it feels like yesterday, pero ang dami kong pinagdaanan. Ang napakahabang journey. But I really believe that, I'm stronger now. I can cook now. Mahal dito sa UK. Napakamahal ng mga pagkain. So, nakakatawa. The first time I went to the grocery, nakatayo ako for 30 minutes. Sabi ko, anong bibilin ko? Paano ba mag-isa? Hindi ako marunong mag-isa. So talagang I was texting my mom. Sabi ko, Mama, ano kailangan ko bilhin? Paano magluto ng adobo? So, like little things like that. I just kept asking my parents, my mom, paano gawin, paano maglaba. Hindi ako marunong maglaba ng mga time na yon. So little details, little things like that na nakaka-proud na, ay, kaya ko nang gawin to. Kaya ko nang magpamilya, kaya ko nang mag-asawa, kaya ko nang maging nanay ngayon. So, may purpose bakit natin pinagdadaanan yung mga bagay na yun. And now we can say na, that's why I was in that situation. That's why I was in that dark place. Para maranasan ko yun at para matuto ako. And now I don't regret anything, any of my decisions in the past na kung bakit ko ginawa yun or bakit ko tinanggap yung ganong show, diba? I don't regret any of that. And I'm just really happy that God put me in this situation right now. And yeah.
Nakaka-inspire. I mean, it's funny because a lot of migrants thought na pag artista ka, lahat ini-spoon-fed. Tapos ikaw, I mean, you went out to that that comfort zone. You had your paradigm shift, yung mindset mo was really changed, and it changed you for the better. It's so inspiring kasi parang it's we for a singer, for a famous singer like you, to be undergoing that kind of process, like all migrants underwent, is ang saya.
Yeah.
Ang saya. Merong isang tanong na what skills does one need to become successful as a migrant? Ang napaka-theoretical naman to, Jonathan. Kahit ako, manonosebid naman ako. What skills
successful migrant?
Siguro sa'yo, for you, what was your skill na alam mong meron ka that made you in that way naging successful ka as a migrant, or in the field that you are, or in the country that you are?
Focus for me is really important. Focus, the discipline, and the determination. It's really important. For you to be able to get, well, kung sa industriya ko, I'm just talking about my industry. And I'm sure you can relate then kapag kahit ibang trabaho mo. If you don't have the focus, you will never get there. You will never achieve your goal or your dream. So for me, you just have to have the focus, even if it is hard. Ang hirap ng buhay, life is really complicated and it's really hard. But when you have that focus, that this is my goal, this is my dream, I need to reach this, then eventually you'll get there. It might be a rough road, rough hill here and there, but you'll get there in the end. So yeah, focus. And again, alam natin lahat to, never give up. Just don't give up, because lahat ng nangyayari ngayong season na to may rason, kumbaga, 'di ba? Even this pandemic, a lot of people are losing their jobs. Ang mahirap talaga. And for me, just embrace the season, even if it's hard. And one day you look back and you'll be like, kaya ako pala pinagdaanan yan. Diba? Parang you look back, tawa ka na lang na parang, nalampasan ko to, Lord, diba? So, yeah, every time I look back, gano'n na lang talaga inisip ko na parang nangyari talaga yan. Parang kinaya ko yan. It's because of, again, that determination and that discipline na I will go through this, like I can do this. Like always have that motivation na you can do it.
Where did your focus and your determination, syempre yung circumstances made you more focused on what you have. Who taught you that? Did the industry back in the Philippines, or the training in the Philippines, or your family, or your dad, or your mom, what is kept on motivating you na kaya mo yan, Shin? I mean, di ba, kahit hindi nila alam na umiiyak ka na internally, pero kasi hindi lahat ng tao could give that kind of focus and determination, especially sa hirap ng sitwasyon that they have.
Yes.
Sino yung driving force, or sino yung inspirasyon mo for you to have that kind of focus and determination? Kasi hindi lahat have that kind of skill that you have, or yung skill na natutunan mo sa Pilipinas, or sa parents mo, or sa family mo.
Well, like what you said, again, family is, is part of that. Pamilya, my job, the industry is mahirap sa Pilipinas ang kumbaga, how can I say, like showbiz world, hindi madali po yan. And kapag binalikan ko rin ang past, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I was bullied a lot. So I think ang dami kong natutunan, ang dami kong challenges na pinagdaanan ng bata ko. So I always just go back and think about that. Nabully ako at napagdaanan ko yun, I use that experience to be better. And again, the faith is so, as you know, it's really important for me. And yeah, I think that's the number one. Yeah.
Nakaka-amaze yung faith mo, Rachel. I mean, kahit ako parang, oh my gosh, yung kumbaga, parang sa conversation natin, it's like 90% it's faith. Ay, hindi. Sige, sabihin na natin 70% faith. Siyempre may talent ka, may determination ka, may focus ka. Andun din yung pinagdaanan mong hard work sa Pilipinas, yung in-establish mo, yung training sa Pilipinas and everything. Pero yung anchor mo kasi andun kay Lord eh. Parang nothing could go wrong.
I feel like everything that we have right now will eventually, it's all meaningless. Diba? Lahat mawawala yan. The fame or whatever, yung money, lahat, kumbaga, it's all, kumbaga, hindi siya permanente. Diba? So, like, hold on to something that is eternal and that is permanent. And for me, sobrang importante na alagaan natin our life, our story, because we can eventually share our story to other people and help. Kasi kumbaga, ang dami ko na rin, kumbaga, ang daming taong tumulong sa akin just by hearing their stories, diba? And I want to be that help to other people, that kind of light to other people, na especially sa mga Pinoy na nagtatrabaho din sa ibang bansa, 'di ba? Na nakaka-relate sa akin. Parang gusto ko talaga i-share. Ito rin yung pinagdadaanan ko. Hopefully kahit papaano meron ako mai-impart sa inyo at mai-share at makatulong din. So, yeah, really really take care of your story and your message. 'Yun.
Okay, last two questions, Rachel. What do you miss sa Pilipinas? This is a very common question that I need to ask, because I think parang pare-pareho lang tayo ng mamimiss. Two things. Ngayong Pasko, and ano yung talagang namimiss mo sa Pilipinas?
Siyempre, ganun talaga family. Alam niyo yan? Kapag especially pag Pasko na, alam mo yung pag Christmas Eve, salo-salo tayong lahat, family, pagkain, all the handaan, 'di ba? Pag sa Pinas talaga, feast, diba? Napakadaming choices ng pagkain. And, you know, the gift giving, I think it's the community, it's the spirit. Iba talaga. Nakakatawa kasi I was talking to my husband yesterday. He was saying, I miss the Philippines. Sabi ko, talaga? Seryoso ka? Sabi ko, what do you miss about it? He said, I miss the people. I miss the warmth. Like, hindi yung init ha, yung warmth ng
Ibang klaseng init.
yung warmth ng how we treat people. Diba? Like, he will always tell me, like, your mom is she's so gentle and just warm and kind. And I think that's what I miss most, you know, yung community, the love, and syempre pagkain.
Yeah, yun din yung hinihintay kong magic word. Pag yun yung tinanong ko, what do you miss about the Philippines? Food!
Tare, sinigang, you know, yung mga crispy pata, lahat ng
Yes.
But I mean, it's so hard right now kasi dahil kumbaga meron dito mga, you know, Filipino restaurants pero medyo malayo kami doon. And at ngayon na medyo malaki na ang aking baby, mahirap mag-travel. So I try to cook pero iba pa rin talaga kapag sa Pilipinas, you know, the real authentic ingredients.
Yes.
Diba?
Sabi nga nila, the food or the taste of the food is dependent on the climate. So kahit yung adobong ingredients mo, it's still adobong London and it's not adobong Philippines.
Oh, kaya naghahanap ako ng ano bang toyo at patis na ginagamit sa Pilipinas. Kailangan
But the climate is really different. I mean, you've tried it pero hindi kaya. But anyway, I mean, ito na yung pinaka-last question ko. Or what is your message to our Filipino migrants who have been also struggling, isolation, depression, being out of focus, I mean, losing hope? Ano yung gusto mong i-message sa kanila, right? Especially right now, it's Christmas. The COVID situation is, the rates are getting higher. There's a third lockdown. So, ano yung message mo sa kanila? Because you've gone through a lot.
Yeah. Like what I said earlier nga, yun, never give up. And when I said focus, we need to focus on the right things. Focus on the good things. I know there's a lot of, you know, crazy things happening in the world. Pero kapag nag-focus tayo sa blessings, what do we have right now? We have our family, you know, we wake up in the morning at nakakahinga pa tayo. So for me, that's a big blessing. So I think really focus on the good things. And when we magnify that, yung mga maliliit na bagay, yung mga maliliit na problema natin, wala na yan. Parang, kumbaga, maning-mani na sa atin yan. So, yeah, just be grateful and find people. Do not isolate yourself like what I did. Kumbaga, hanap kayo ng mga makakausap nyo at talaga mapagkakatiwalaan. I know, kapag lumipat ka sa ibang bansa, it's hard to know sino bang mapagkakatiwalaan ko, no? So just pray about it and find your community, find your friends, and wag na tayong maging prideful parang ako na nahiya pa tayo sa mga tao. But then again, just talk to people and find help if you're going through something, and it will really change you. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Rachel. On that note, hindi ko na masyadong papatagalin ang usap natin. Pero mga kababayan, Rachel will be back next month and on February for another Migrant Talk. We're going to talk about her career, the life, the work culture sa UK, and other stuff. So ngayon, pinag-usapan lang natin yung basics. But Rachel, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best. You know why? I wish you all the best because as a mom, as a mother of 2 kids, I know the happy hormones are kicking in. Stay safe. And I'll see you next month. And maraming salamat na pinaunlakan mo kami sa storya mo bilang migrante dito sa UK.
Of course, salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood at Merry Christmas in advance din. Ayan.
Yes, that's true. Merry Christmas and yes, happy third Sunday of Advent. And pag hindi tayo, magkikita tayo ng January, Rachel. So definitely, it's a new year. It's a new season of hope.
Yes.
And I'll see you soon. And please, let the happy hormones kick in. And regards to your team and to your husband. Stay safe, Rachel.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
So, ayan, mga friends, mga kababayan, we're almost done. So, next month on January, we're going to have Rachel again for another set of Migrant Talks, talking about her working culture or her work. So it's a three series Migrant Talk with her. So I hope I would see you next month. Happy third Sunday. And yes, happy Christmas. Stay safe. I know there will be the third lockdown. Here in Germany, we have a third lockdown. Pero yun nga, wag tayong mawala ng pag-asa. Never lose hope. Never give up, sabi ni Miss Shane. And yes, stay hopeful. And of course, never forget our faith. Never forget the Lord who have given us so much blessing that we are right now watching Rewire's Migrant Talk healthy and also our families. So in that note, I'd like to sign off and I'll see you next time. And as always, happy rewiring. Bye.